Could be a little hot today to mow the lawn.
Yeah, it has been hot the last couple of days, and eventually there's a point where the grass is just going to straight out die.
Yeah,
because,
that's true.
You're done watering it, then eventually it turns brown. But yeah, it seems so early in the year. We are forecast to see some very warm temperatures today. Some of us are already near 90 degrees. I do want to share a couple of numbers with you. One of the warmer places right now is in Maple Valley at the Tahoma High School. There's a couple of numbers here I want to point out. Number on the left is a low temperature this morning. The number on the right is where we are right now. So again, Maple Valley, already it's 90 degrees and it's only 12:20 in the afternoon. Rochester at the Grandmount Elementary School, 91 degrees. Not as warm at SeaTac, but one thing I thought was interesting, 66 degrees. That was our overnight low. If we do stay above 66 degrees, that will be our overnight or our low temperature, our high. What am I trying to say here? The record warm low is pretty much what it's going to be, and it's not even going to be close. I think the record is like 56 degrees or something like that. So we're not seeing abundant sunshine like what we saw yesterday, but it is still going to be a mostly sunny afternoon. It's kind of hazy outside, and of course temperatures are on the warmer side, 83 degrees in Seattle. You might be noticing a little more sniffing and sneezing. The pollen count is rather high right now, especially for weed pollen. So if you're susceptible to allergies and you notice some sniffing and sneezing, that's probably why. Pollen count is on the higher side. A ridge of high pressure sits right on top of us. As we head into tomorrow, that ridge will be off to the east. And what that means for us is it's going to allow more ocean influenced air to push overhead. So we are seeing no rain chances today or tomorrow, or probably through the weekend, to be honest. But you can still see some of these higher clouds are giving us that filtered sunshine. High temperatures today look like this. A lot of us well into the 80s. For some of us, it will be the warmest day of the year we've seen so far. Shelton should be one of the warmer places. 93 is your forecast high. Olympia, 92 degrees. And again, a couple of places are already in the 90s, so we don't really have a whole lot of distance to go. Up in the mountains today, it is kind of that hazy sunshine. This is what folks up at Hurricane Ridge are enjoying. The snow out on the Bailey Range right now. The more melting will continue. The snow level up near about 12,000 feet. There may be an isolated shower or thunderstorm that develops near the crest of the Cascades this afternoon, but it's a very small chance. I think most of us are just going to stay on the mostly sunny side. So the wind is still offshore today, but watch what happens as we head into tomorrow. The wind shifts, especially out along the coast. That will push in more some marine level clouds for areas just west of the Olympia area. And watch as we head into Friday, that marine layer is a little bit stronger. It pushes further into the interior. And notice it's going to be a cloudy start to the day on Friday, and those temperatures are going to be much, much cooler. So we drop from near 90 today back near 80 for a high on Thursday, which is still going to be a pretty hot day, but it'll be noticeably cooler with a mostly sunny sky. Heading into Friday, again, morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, 70s will feel rather cool compared to where we've been. Again, dry through the upcoming Father's Day weekend. Next rain chance, few showers Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, we get through this heat and then it looks pretty good.
Yeah, there you go.
Excellent. Thank you, Ben.